what's going on, guys? I'm excited to talk to you about the second component of what makes exercising with an indoor rower so exciting. First of all, we've already established that rowers are exceptionally amazing. They are by far, hands down, lights out, doors locked, kids are asleep, the greatest value giving product on the market. Product, exercise on the market. There's nothing else you can do, a single range of motion, to provide as much value as this one rowing motion that indoor rowers obviously provide. So that's been established. If you're not on fire about that yet, go back and watch that video again. But if you're here, you already kind of understand rowers are the top spot in fitness. The last word, as I like to say. So I want to fill you in and give you that second half of what is going to take you and your fitness journey to the next level. And that is called HIIT training. High intensity interval training. HIIT. And that is all she wrote. I guarantee you it is an absolute game changer, like I said, for myself. As opposed to jumping on a treadmill or an elliptical, which again, we've already established is just a more intense version of activity we're already doing throughout our daily lives, which it makes it a non-starter mentally, right? Which is why we all seem to give up when we have our New Year's resolutions and we promise we're going to put in 45 minutes of treadmill work every day, and that just doesn't stick. So, you know, getting on a treadmill, I used to think, okay, I'm going to go for an extended period of time and I'm just going to exert myself as much as possible. You try that tactic with any machine over a period of time and you're just going to find that's a losing formula. It's hard to stay motivated and just continually push and exert yourself at this high level for long periods of time until you start to see results. It's hard to mentally wrap your mind around that. So instead of doing that, what high intensity interval training does is it provides training in intervals. Basically, it's a fluctuation between work and rest intervals, okay? Work intervals are basically periods of time during your workout where you are exerting yourself to your maximum level. As much as you got, you're pouring it out. So it's basically a sprint in that moment. And my work intervals typically are about 30 seconds, okay? So for 30 seconds, I'm pulling on that rower as hard and as fast as I possibly can. After that 30 seconds is over, we go into what's called the rest, right? And your rest is not a stopping. It's not a, wow, that was hard. Okay, let me stop and wait until my next 30-second interval. No, it's maintaining a pace that is a resting pace, a pace that is allowing you to recoup for the next work interval, okay? So what's great about this, the work and rest intervals, is that you're not competing with a personal trainer on a screen, a personal trainer right in front of you. You're not trying to adhere to their standard of fitness and whatever that looks like. You're not trying to compete against other users or unrealistic standards that you've set for yourself. There's just, you kind of block out all of that noise, because eventually all of those mindsets will lead to discouragement and ultimately failure. There is a reason why 75% of people quit new fitness programs before seeing results, and that's because we set our standard, we set our challenge on the wrong things. We're setting it against what personal trainers have been able to accomplish in their own lives, the physique of other people, and like, hey, if he can do it, I want to do it because I want to look like that, and if he can do it, I need to be able to do it, and when I can't ultimately do it, I'm a failure. I'm just going to quit and go eat a hamburger. Like, that's ultimately what runs through our minds. So we need to kind of reset our perspective on what training looks like, and HIIT is the perfect way to do that. So instead of competing with other people or expectations, we're competing against two things: the clock and ourselves, our past results, right? So that is a formula for success right there, because there's no measure, there's no standard for what you're supposed to be able to do on this particular day, because, hey, our daily lives are full of ebbs and flows. There's going to be days where you're feeling great, you're highly motivated, you're well rested, and you're ready to go. You're going to you're going to get in a good workout. There's other days where you're like sick, you're tired, you had a bad day, the dog's barking, the kids just vomited all over you. I mean, you just have those days, right? So on those days, we still have to get the work in. And on those days, we don't want to have to compare ourselves to someone else because we're going to get discouraged. So those intervals are great opportunities to say, okay, for this 30 seconds, I'm going to do the best I can do right now, right here, right now, with how I'm feeling, okay? And then for the rest minute and 30 seconds, again, there's no particular pace that you're trying to keep up. You're just going with whatever is comfortable for you, okay? And so we do this over long periods of time, right? Every other day, 20 minutes. That's what I tell people to get started with. You're going to start to establish that activity as a habit. And once it becomes a habit and a routine that you're doing constantly, the feedback that you're generating, right? Your total distance and the total time and the calories expended, you're going to start to compete with yourself. You're going to say, okay, well, I did 4,000 meters in 20 minutes yesterday. Can I do 4,200 meters today? Can I do 4,500 meters? Can I expend 300 calories? So those are the right parameters to set. Those are the right things that we should be competing with as our past performance, because every single day we're getting stronger. Our bodies are becoming more resilient. We're increasing our energy and our endurance, and it's entirely possible to beat our data from previous days. So HIIT is amazing. I'll put this up on the screen, but you can see I have it right here on my phone. 10 sets, right? This is the way that I started. 10 sets every other day with a 30-second work interval. So it starts with this 30-second work interval. I'm pushing as hard as I possibly can right now. And then it's going to go into that minute 30-second work interval or rest interval, okay? So 10 sets equals 20 total minutes of exercise, okay? But only 5 minutes of which are actual expending yourself at a very high degree, high intensity, right? So that's where the high intensity comes in. 5 minutes of high intensity. Can you do that every other day? Can you give yourself 5 minutes every other day where you're pushing as hard as you can on this rower? Okay? 5 minutes, 4 times a week at most. That's 20 minutes a week. And if I told you you're going to see results, fat burning, endurance increasing, life lengthening, cardio strength, muscle building and toning, and all of these other holistic health benefits, if I told you you're going to experience that with 20 minutes every other day, would you do it? Let's get started. Let's incorporate this HIIT training with our rowing, and let's see some amazing fitness and health results that we've never experienced before in our life. I've done it already. 80 pounds lost. And 80 pounds that I lost is nothing compared to the overall health benefits that I've enjoyed, the motivation, and just the overall life-enhancing value that getting in shape and focusing on my health and fitness has provided. And rowing, paired with HIIT training, has been the way that I've done it. I'm looking forward to you doing the same and you experiencing those amazing results. You have a great day, and I'll be speaking with you soon.